Hello everyone, my name is Sini and I'm currently pursuing BBA honors from NMIMS Hyderabad. The topic which I am going to cover today is Essential Commodity Amendment Act 2020. So first let us talk about the history of this act. The Essential Commodity Act was brought in 1955 to stop the foodstuffs hoarding and black marketing at the time when there was low production of food crops and the nation was suffering from hunger and scarcity. At that time, the point came when they had to rely on import and assistance, especially from countries like the USA. Therefore, this act became a need of an hour to stop the hoarding of essential products such as oil cakes, onions, rice, etc. to fulfill the demands of the citizen. The term essential commodity is defined in section 2 clause A of the Essential Commodity Act 1955, which means a commodity mentioned or specified in this schedule. Therefore, such 7 commodities are specified in this schedule, which are drugs, fertilizers, foodstuffs, including edible oil, hand yarn, petroleum and its products, jute, and the seeds of fruits, vegetables, cattle fodder, and jute. So, next is powers to the central government. This act gave the power to the center to add or remove the goods they wanted according to the demand and supply in the market. They can control the demand, supply, production, distribution, as well as stock limit in the commodity declared essential. So let us now see what is the aim of this act. There are primarily two aims of this act. First is to keep up or increase the supply of fundamental commodities. And second is to secure impartial dispersion and accessibility to these essential commodities. Now, many of the people are not knowing what is this amendment. So, I am going to explain you today what is this Amendment Act. Under Section 3 of the Essential Commodity Act 1955, the subsection A, Clause 1 was introduced. In this subsection, certain foodstuffs such as onions, cereal, pulse, potato, oil, and edible oils seeds are removed from the list, and now these items are not counted as essential commodities in the list. The regulation of these foodstuffs can take place only in an extraordinary circumstances. These extraordinary circumstances are such as war, famine, natural calamities, and extraordinary price rise. Prior to these commodities were not mentioned under section 3 and the reason for conjuring the section were not specified. Amendment moreover attempts certain food process, value chain participants and exporters such as subjected to the constraint ceiling. Next, we are going to talk about the circumstances for imposing a stock limit. So, in the Act of 1955, the clear framework to impose the stock limit is nowhere mentioned. The amendment came with the clause for stock limiting where the circumstances are mentioned for the government to impose a stock limit. Those circumstances are as mentioned above like war, famine, natural calamity, rise in extraordinary prices which is termed as price trigger in the clause. The stock limit imposition portrayed with the charge notice that stock constraint should not be forced on crops as it were cases of cost rise up to 100% on agriculture product and 50% increment with retail cost of non-perishable agricultural product, where the increment will be calculated based on the total cost patterns winning over the going before 12 months or normal retail cost for the last 5 years. next thing I'm going to talk about is why is the need for a change. The act was legalized at the time in 1955 when the government was suffering from scarcity. But now, at this situation has changed due to explosive growth in the export of agricultural products. Now, everything has a pro and a con. So today, let us cover about the pros of this act. The amendment leads to free the agricultural market from limitation imposed by Agricultural Produce Market Committee, that is APMC, which will further lead to freedom to produce, hold, move, distribute and supply, therefore strengthening the economy of sale, which attract private investment into agricultural sector. The criticism of this amendment act is the stock limit relaxation under the ECA may lead to black marketing and hoarding, which will only benefit hoarders but not the farmer and consumer. It is also said that the price trigger envisaged in the bill are unrealistic, which may lead to rise in inflation and the monopoly of some individuals over the price of certain goods. So, from all the above said things, the conclusion of the point is, according to the Economic Survey of 2020, India now no longer faces food shortage issues. Also, the food grain production has explained since the 1950s and India is presently an exporter, thereby giving the act an atrocious limit. What is disgraded in any case is the population of India increased to 1.3 billion in 2020 from 360 billion in 1951. The responsibility of ensuring food security to the masses cannot be shunned as there are more mouths to nourish. Sites of immigrants scraping pieces of nourishment during the COVID-19 crisis continue to haunt. The overview said 76,000 raids were conducted in 2019 beneath the Essential Commodity Act to prevent violation to stock limits. Also, we cannot ignore the Pulse scam where the prices are manipulated in 2015. Income Tax Department investigated found that several huge MNCs played a major role in seeking prices of pulses. Spiking prices of pulses thus made the policies must ensure sustainable farm growth, taking into consideration factors like farmers' interests, climate change, consumers' capacity, and land holding. According to my opinion, India needs agricultural reforms, as some statistics said that roughly 60% of Indian population works within this industry, contributing around 18% to India's GDP. This share diminishes steadily with each year, with advancement in other regions of the country. Economy, therefore, will boost our agriculture sector by working on loopholes so that farmers may attain the full benefit of this act. So I hope that my today's video helped you to understand the small concept of Essential Commodity Amendment Act. Thank you.